Okay, so CBR.com has the 10 best Disney fan theories, and they rank them. So we're going to go through these fan theories. We're going to see how good they are, whether or not I actually believe them, whether or not you guys actually believe them. And we're just going to see how great these 10 best Disney fan theories are. Let's go. Elsa and Anna are related to Rapunzel. Now, before we even get into this one, I do believe this one. Yeah, I love the idea of it, and I believe it completely. Anyways, let's get to the description. Many speculate that since Rapunzel and Eugene from Tangled are seen entering the gates of the gates for Elsa's coronation, they might be related, or royalty and royalty. That's probably the more likely outcome. Looking at their mothers, it's easy to see the two queens as cousins or even sisters. If Rapunzel's mother was raised among magic, learning about how it came to be, she might have already known about the magic flower. I mean, fair. It's been a while since I've seen Tangled, but like, do they even explain how the queen and everybody knew about the magic flower? This theory also brings in the idea that Rapunzel and Eugene were in Arendelle during the events of Frozen. They showed up in the morning and everything went wrong that night. Then the fjord was frozen and no one could leave. I mean, yeah, they probably would have been there for the events of Frozen, but, you know, is it weird that reading this description, I believe this theory less? I don't know. I still think it's a good theory. I still believe it, so I'm gonna roll with it. Hercules and Ariel are actually cousins. Now, Greek mythology will tell us that that is true. That is true. But yeah. Fans know that Hercules is the son of Zeus. However, King Triton is the son of Poseidon, who's Zeus's brother. This brings in deeper lore to both Little Mermaid and Hercules, and while the events of the films don't happen at the same time, there are significant parallels between the movies. Yeah, sure. Both characters just want to feel like they belong somewhere and end up among the humans, and stay with the mortals for love. Immortality isn't necessarily a factor in Ariel's case, but given that her father has ruled the seas for so long, it's safe to assume that King Triton may rank among the Disney deities. This could also mean that Ariel gave up her immortality to be with Prince Eric. Ooh, that's painful. Because she already gave up, you know, her tail. She almost gave up her voice. She did for a while, but it was almost gone completely. And now she may have given up her immortality. I'm not going to think about it like that. I'm not going to think about it like that. Oh, no. Okay, moving on. Megara becomes Mother Gothel? Okay, this has to be like a newer one because I heard the theory that the queen from Snow White is Mother Gothel, and I'm like, yeah, makes sense. They're both obsessed with their looks and beauty and remaining young forever. Yeah, definitely the same person. But Megara becomes Mother Gothel. Ooh, honey, no. No. We're not doing that to Megara. We're not doing that. Okay. According to several fans, Megara from Hercules grows old and becomes Mother Gothel from Tangled. Why? Why? The idea is that Hercules lives a hero's life and dies a hero's death. I don't want to think about Hercules dying, y'all. If Hercules gave up immortality and died before she did, it would make sense that she seeks to find a way to rewrite history and bring back what once was hers. Throughout Hercules, immortality is represented by a glowing light, similar to how Rapunzel's hair glows gold when she sings and uses her power. Plus, Mother Gothel has been alive for centuries, so there's no telling when she actually came across the flower. Okay. I can see it. I can see it. I will give credit where credit is due. I can see it. I don't like it. I'm still on the thing that the evil queen from Snow White and Mother Gothel are the same person. And now it's like, oh, well, it's not that. It's Megra and Mother Gothel are the same person. And I'm like, why are we doing that to Meg? Why are we doing that to Meg? Like, I get it. Meg wasn't exactly, shining pure person at the beginning of Hercules. But, like, to resort to everything Mother Gothel does, like, psychologically torment a little girl, keep her locked away for 18 years, her whole entire life, just to remain young. It's like, why are we doing that to Meg? Why are we doing that to Meg? I don't know. Why are we doing that to Meg? I don't like it. Anyways, moving on. Pedro's spirit goes into the candle to protect the family. Now, this is interesting because I haven't actually seen any Encanto theories. This is the first one that I've seen, and I don't know. I guess I kind of believe it, but let's read the description and see whether I actually do or not. There are a whole lot of theories about what happens to Pedro after he dies. I haven't seen them, but okay. Which takes place before the events of Encanto. Some say his spirit went into the house. That's also plausible. Others say it went into the candle. Whichever way people believe it happens, the common consensus is that Pedro finds a way to stick around and keep protecting his family, which is so nice, y'all. There aren't many theories about what happens when the candle goes out or Casita dies. Most people theorize what happens to Pedro's spirit. Some seem to believe that the magic goes into Mirabel and she becomes the miracle. Okay. I mean, sure, I believe it on the surface. It's an interesting theory. It's a nice theory that, like, he's still around protecting his family and everything like that. But, dude, if you were in the candle, why didn't you give poor Mirabel a gift? Because she's been ostracized her whole life, basically, because she didn't get a gift. So, like, really, Pedro? Really? You couldn't have given her a gift? Even if it was like a minor gift so she can get her final gift in the end? It's just... you basically made her an outcast in the family, dude. Like, really? Was that necessary? I don't think that was necessary. Yeah, I mean, sure, I believe it. Why not? Oh boy, this next one. The sunken ship in The Little Mermaid belonged to the king and queen of Arendelle. Now, Frozen 2 just put a kibosh on that one, didn't it? Before the release of Frozen 2, there we go. Many fans seem to think that the king and queen were headed to Rapunzel's wedding. Yeah, very well should have been, but that's a whole other issue. It's interesting when fans realize that Arendelle is based in Norway, and the Kingdom of Corona, unfortunate name right now, is based in Germany. The Little Mermaid takes place in Denmark, which is halfway between Norway and Germany. Yes, it is. Plus, having Rapunzel and Eugene show up at Elsa's coronation only cemented this theory. While the inverse maps of Frozen 2 might disprove this theory since Agnar and Iduna were sailing north, this theory seemed plausible for several years. Yep. And look, I believed the whole thing. Like, they were going to Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding, their ship sank, Ariel found it, like, full on believed all that, and then Frozen 2's like, no, I don't think so. That's just so sad. It's just so sad. Because it could have been awesome. And it wasn't. Anyways, moving on. The old man from Jerry's game in the toy is the toy repairman from Toy Story 2. Okay, not gonna lie, haven't seen Jerry's Game, and it's been a hot minute. And by a hot minute, I mean a good 5 years probably since I've seen Toy Story 2. So, I don't know. Anyways, the classic 1995 Pixar short, Jerry's Game, shows an old man playing chess in the park by himself, which is just so sad. The man has white hair around the crown of his head and a pointed nose with round glasses. This may not seem important until fans remember the standard that Disney holds regarding attention to detail. In Toy Story 2, Al takes Woody to a toy repairman to mend some tears and scuffs he's collected over the years. The man in the park and the toy repairman seem to be the same person based on their appearances. This also adds to the theory that all Pixar films take place in the same universe. Okay, I'm just going to go with sure. Because, like I said, haven't seen Jerry's Game. It's been quite a few years since Toy Story 2. I'm going to go sure. Why not? Makes sense to me. Oh boy. Boo grew up and became the witch from Brave. Yep. The whole Pixar theory hinges on Boo becoming the witch. While Monsters, Inc. never discusses what happens to Boo after the events of the movie, it's safe to assume that she grows up, given that Sully opens her door and calls out to her and then hears an older voice answer. I don't even remember that happening, but okay. In the witch's cottage in Brave, viewers can see a carving that looks suspiciously like Sully strewn among the other artifacts in the room. Yes, the Pixar Easter eggs, they do exist. This is also reinforced by the truck that she's seen carving, since she wouldn't know what a vehicle was unless she had seen one before. Wow. Okay, I went from not believing this theory to maybe it's actually plausible. Because how would she know what a car looks like? Okay. Any child who had Sully as their monster would only remember him as scary. He became more of an authority figure after the corporate change and wasn't dealing with kids anymore. So Boo would be the only child who remembered him as kind. Okay, look, I'm not sure why that last part was in there, because you could have just left it at the truck and I would have been like, that actually makes sense. I mean, I think this is the first theory that I went from, I don't know if I necessarily believe it. I mean, it's just the Pixar Easter eggs to, oh my goodness, this might actually be true. This might actually be true. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Moving on. Hans was manipulated by the trolls. Yes, he was, because the trolls are the villains. I love this theory so much. A common Frozen theory is that Hans truly did love Anna, as can be seen when she crashes into him at the beginning. No one noticed him as he watched, awestruck, as Anna ran back to the palace. Hans didn't start moving for the throne until after the trolls sang their song. In fact, the trolls stated very plainly, "Get the fiancé out of the way and the whole thing will be fixed." You know I love this. It is established early in Frozen that the trolls have the power to alter a person's reality and change their memories. It is also established that they are willing to use these powers when they think it's necessary. It really isn't too much of a stretch to think that the trolls would tamper with Hans's mind so Kristoff could marry Anna. Yeah. Yeah. Now, to be clear, I do think that Kristoff loved Anna, and I think that Anna loved Kristoff, but I am not entirely sure that Hans being evil was just Hans being evil. I think it might have been the trolls. And I think Anna and Kristoff would have ended up together anyways, because she really did fall for him while they were spending all that time together, and of course he fell for her. But Hans being evil might be the trolls. It might be the trolls. I wanted to be the trolls so badly. All right, next theory. Emily from Toy Story 2 was Andy's mom. Of course she was. Whenever viewers see Andy playing with his toys in the early films, he usually is wearing a red cowboy hat, identical to the one Emily wore in Toy Story 2. Andy wears the hat that matches Jessie, but doesn't have a Jessie doll. Jessie's owner, Emily, always wore a red hat while they were playing. Emily was wearing the hat when the two got separated. It's possible that Emily grew up and passed on the hat that went with her favorite toy to her son Andy. It also brings the story full circle as Jessie was reunited with Emily's son after being separated for a long time. Look, I love this. I love this theory. This theory is awesome. We're rolling with it. Alright, next theory. Pudge controls the weather. I've heard this one, and this one is so sad. Okay. It's obvious from the beginning of Lilo and Stitch that Nani has no idea how to be a parent. Because she's not supposed to be. Like, she's only supposed to be the sister, and only became the parent because of tragic events. But she's trying her best. You don't need to call her out like that. Both Nani and Lilo are mourning their parents and trying to figure out how to exist without them. The movie opens with Lilo giving a fish a sandwich and being late for her hula lesson. When the instructor asks her about her tardiness, she informs him that Pudge the fish controls the weather. Later in the film, Lilo explains what happened to their parents, stating that it was a rainy day and they went for a drive. While the fish and her parents' accident may not seem related, many fans believe that Lilo feeds Pudge so he will keep the weather nice. While it's never explained why she thinks this, many fans theorize that this is her way of protecting her remaining family. Okay, yeah. So, this theory has layers of believability for me. So, do I think that Pudge controls the weather? No. Maybe he does. I don't know. But I don't know if I believe that he controls the weather. But I do believe that Lilo believes that Pudge controls the weather. It's just so sad when you think about it. Like, she's feeding the fish so that, like, he'll be happy and he'll keep the weather nice, and then Nani and Lilo and everybody will be safe and no more death. And oh, Lilo's just so young to have to deal with this. And Nani, I mean, poor thing, is like, she went from being a big sister to a parent overnight, and it's like, oh, this family. Oh. Yeah, okay, so of course we end on a sad one because why not? Let me know, what did you think of these theories? Do you think these are the best Disney theories? Do you have better Disney fan theories? I want to hear all your thoughts about these theories we didn't cover, all the thoughts of Disney theories in the comments down below. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more Disney content.